Hello, friends. Our today's topic is foreign settlement, and we are not only focusing on a foreign settlement, we are just picking one country. If you are wishing to migrate to that country, then this video is for you. And our today's country is New Zealand. So I have got here five charts, which will give you clear idea about the particular sign and planets help people settling in New Zealand. Okay, so I will give you just brief foundation for settling in. Migrate New Zealand, we have to give importance to Scorpio and where it is placed. Most of Scorpio signs sign is Mars and Ketu. There are five conditions to evaluate whether this person can migrate to New Zealand. So first condition is check whether the Scorpio where this Scorpio sign is falling in your birth chart. Check any planet placed in Scorpio. Are you going through Mahadasha of Mars or Ketu? Any planet aspect Scorpio sign or Mars or Ketu or associate with them and their Mahadasha is going. Fourth condition, fourth highest degree planet Matrakaraka is placed in Scorpio and are you going through Dasha of that planet or just or is it associated with Mars and Ketu? So the five conditions you'll have to check. First, where this Scorpio sign is falling, where those Mars and Ketu are placed, are you undergoing their Mahadasha, Antardasha? Any planet aspecting Mars or Ketu or their Mahadasha, Antardasha is in operation. Fourth, check the Matrikarika. Is it placed in Scorpio or connected with Mars and Ketu? This Matrikarika is placed in Scorpio in any other D charts. Those conditions are important to evaluate whether a person can migrate to New Zealand. So our first example chart where in which native migrated and settled in New Zealand in Venus, Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha. So for to settle abroad, 12th house is important. And if it has got any connection with 4th house lord or 9th house lord, then there is a chance that person can live in abroad. So this is a Libra ascendant chart, and in first house in Libra, Saturn has placed. In second house in Scorpio, Ketu and Jupiter is placed. Sixth house, Moon is placed. In Pisces, Rahu is placed in the eighth house. Three planets, Mercury, Mars, and Shukra, Venus, placed in 11th. Surya is placed in the 12th in Virgo. So, why this person has settled in New Zealand, migrated to New Zealand in Venus, Mahadasha, and Ketu. Here you can see that Venus is associated with Mercury and Mars. So here the Mercury is ninth house lord and 12th house lord in conjunct with Scorpio's lord Mars, Mangal. And Venus Mahadasha was ongoing. So whenever there are two or three planets are conjunct, the positive planets uh, or with the Shubha planets, Mahadasha is ongoing, then the malefic planet gives its effect. So in Shukra Mahadasha, actually the Mars is giving its effect, and Mars is aspecting its own sign Scorpio, and this co-lord is Ketu. That's why the person was able to migrate to New Zealand during this period. So only you don't consider only Scorpio sign Mars, Ketu, and always check means those ongoing planets Mahadasha, Antardasha should connect with ninth house lord or 12th house lord. Should have any association with fourth house as well. So here Venus is the dispositor of Shani. That's why this person was able to migrate to New Zealand. So this combination is a bit tricky. You'll have to have basic understanding of Vedic astrology. Then slowly you can uh, evaluate this kind of charts and can predict whether a person can abroad, move to abroad or settle in a particular country. So This native got his work visa in Saturn, Mahadasha, and Jupiter Antardasha. Mm. Here you can see that this is a Leo ascendant. Sun in first house, Budh in second house, Shani and Chandra in third house, Ketu and Jupiter in fourth house in Scorpio, and then Rahu is in 10th house in Taurus. Venus and Mars both are in 12th house in Cancer. So why Saturn and Jupiter? Saturn is the lord of 6 and 7, placed in third house in Libra, along with now Chandra is the lord of 12th house. So again, 12th house is important for foreign settlement. And Shani is in conjunction with Moon. So Shani is aspecting 12th house. No wonder that he got a work visa in Shani period because it's a sixth house. So if you want to apply for a job, this obviously sixth house should come up in your birth chart. So he applied for a job in New Zealand in Shani Dasha, and why Jupiter Antadasha gave him a job. Now Jupiter is a lord of fifth house and eighth house, placed in the fourth, associated with Ketu in Scorpio. So Jupiter is associated with the Ketu, and Jupiter is also aspecting 12th house. So both these planets, Shani and Jupiter, both not only they are aspecting 12th house, but they are aspecting the fourth house Lord, who is placed in 12th house. That's why the for this person got his work visa during Saturn and Jupiter period. But later on, means after this period got over, Mercury period started. Mercury, it's a long period, and in Mercury period he got his PR, and then later on he got his citizenship as well. So before getting those PR, those Saturn and Jupiter help him to get a work visa, and both has some kind of connection with Mangal and Jupiter. That's why again I'm just emphasizing Scorpio sign. So we'll take native got settled in New Zealand in Moon and Mars Dasha. Mm. So here this is again Libra ascendant. Mars is placed in second house. Shani is placed in third house in Sagittarius. Sun is placed in the fourth house in Capricorn. Mercury is placed in fifth house in Aquarius, and Rahu and Venus placed in sixth house in Pisces. Jupiter is placed in seventh house in Aries, and then Moon is placed in the 11th house in Leo, and Ketu is placed in house in Virgo. So you can see that Scorpio sign is the second house, whereas the Lord of that sign in Ketu is gone into 12th house, and just pay attention to ninth lord and 12th lord. So here the Mercury is ninth and 12th lord is in fifth house, and Moon is aspecting that uh, uh, ninth and 12th lord Mercury. But why Mars and Ketu? Now here you can see that Mercury is the dispositor of Ketu, plus Mars is a sign of is a lord of that Scorpio sign and aspecting Mercury. But now here the person got settled in Moon Mahadasha and Mars Antardasha. Here Moon is Matra Karaka. Matra Karaka and placed in Scorpio sign in D4. D4 is a D chart where you can see residence, house, and all those stuff. So that's why and Matra Karaka is placed in Scorpio. Here from Mahadasha Lord Moon, Mars is placed in the fourth house and which is a lord of ninth house as well. So that's why during this period, person was able to move to New Zealand and settle in New Zealand. We'll go take next chart. Native moved to New Zealand in Mars and Jupiter period. So again, this is the Leo ascendant. Sun is placed in third house in uh, Libra. Mercury is placed in fourth house in Scorpio. Venus, Moon, Rahu, all these three planets are placed in fifth house in Sagittarius. Jupiter placed in fifth house in Capricorn. Mars is placed in Aries in ninth house. Ketu and Shani both are placed in Gemini in 11th house. So why native move to New Zealand in Mars and Jupiter period? Here you can see that Mars is a lord of ninth house and fourth house, which is Scorpio, and that Mars is aspecting 12th house. Cancer. Plus Jupiter, Antardasha, Jupiter is a lot of fifth and eighth, placed in sixth house, and Jupiter again is aspecting 12th house. So you can see that both Mars and Jupiter aspect on 12th house helps that person to move to New Zealand. And later, then he got his PR in New Zealand. And you can see that Ketu is associated with the Saturn, and Saturn is a Matra Karaka. Right? So Mars Ketu, this combination again came up in this chart, and person was able to settle down in New Zealand. Next chart, chart 5, that you move to New Zealand for masters in Saturn and Jupiter. This is Cancer ascendant chart. Ketu is placed in the fourth house in Libra. Shani is placed in fifth house in Scorpio. Scorpio. Mars is placed in the sixth house. Eighth house has got Jupiter in Aquarius. 10th house has got Rahu. Uh, uh, 11th house has got Sun, Surya, and 12th house has got three planets. All three planets are benefic: Mercury, Moon, and Venus. So this person moved to New Zealand in Saturn and Jupiter period for masters. Now Shani is placed in the fifth house, and which is a lord of seventh and eighth, and Shani is aspecting second house as well. So if you want to do masters, second house will give us that chance. Any planet aspecting second house or the lord of second house will give opportunity to do masters. Here two planets are aspecting second house, Shani and Jupiter. And Jupiter is the lord of sixth and ninth in second house. That's why the connection of ninth and second is still there. And always if for bachelor's degree we take ninth house, and the next master's degree is sixth from ninth house. That's second house. And both planets are aspecting second. That's why a person was able to move to New Zealand for Saturn and Jupiter. We can see that Saturn is falling into Scorpio sign. It's a Martian sign, and that's why a person was able to get a master's degree in engineering. So in those five charts, we have seen that how the Scorpio sign, lots of Scorpio sign, Matra Karaka, if placed in Scorpio or associated with Mars and Ketu, person can move to New Zealand. So based on those five charts, you can figure it out. This combination is available in or present in your chart. If you don't know those combinations, if you don't know how to plot your birth chart or don't understand ABC of Vedic astrology, then please just comment in comment box, give your birth details. I will be able to see your chart, and then probably whenever I will get a chance, I can answer your question in the comment box. So thank you, and thanks for viewing my videos. Much appreciated.